Hey, hello internet, this is Z Schrodinger's cat here with another episode of Foolcraft on the Escal85 Patreon server. Hello. I've been doing some more terraforming. There's always more terraforming to be done. This looks kind of cool without, I still haven't put in lights, but it looks kind of cool without night vision. Definitely looks spoopy in there. But, I brought these walls around here, kind of dug out an area so that it's kind of like, the space that was dug out is kind of diagonal. Like it's lower down there, and then it kind of creeps up like that. So I think that's cool. Gives some motion in a way that's not totally used all the time. Still need to fill in some of these poles. These were blocked by. These are blocked by. Hold on, answering questions. These were blocked by walls that I took out, and now there's holes, and yeah. So right now I want to work on a floor. I think I want to work on a floor, because I want to get fancy floor in here. And the way I want to get fancy floor is, I think I'm gonna take, let's say, big tile. Where's big tile? Give me a big tile. Give me a big tile. Found it. I found the big tile. Alright. And let's get our wand of swip swap. I tried renaming this to swip swap to be more accurate to what it actually does, but it glitched out. Yeah, that was fun. So yeah, I think I'll take, it's a little weird because this is uneven terrain, but I think I will have it come out like such. Let's get like that. It's a little weird because the terrain's a little weird, but yeah, oh, I forgot to put my magnet. I'll take my magnet off from the base because I got some weird stuff going on, but or do I want to have that? Hold on. Let's get rid of that and instead put it one over so that we can have this pole be available for some sort of feature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over here we can do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. That works. Maybe 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That could work. That could work. That's a decent mound, if I may. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that should be good. Is that centered? I don't know, man. What did I do? 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 1. Is that right? Yep, that's right. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that works out. You can tell I've made a lot of circles in my time. Basically, all I do in Minecraft is make circles, so I got it kind of memorized. Yeah, you get used to it after a while. But, that works. Yeah, that works. And then, what I can do is I can take, probably, let's see. Let's get some of this weathered brick stuff that we've been using. And where to go? So many textures. We can bring it around like that, and that will kind of break up some stuff for us. Select this as our thing, and kind of create a curve thing here. I should have looked at this before, but I need something to talk about. So I'm looking at my paper of ideas to look at, and this is super professional. I'll tell you, the most professional YouTube series in the world. Let's see. Let's pick one at random. Let's talk about. Hold on. Alright, I collected my thoughts. that was could have been executed better. I kind of was working on the assumption that if I kept talking, that eventually my brain would figure out what I needed to say, but it didn't happen. But I decided what I want to talk about, and that is the idea of relative success and this, you know, a lot of people are like, well, this, you know, I'll never be as good, you know, they'll see something that's really good, and it happens a lot with Minecraft builds. It also, you know, it happens in every art field, and just, you know, there will always be somebody who is better than you. And I'm not taking credit for that insight. That's something I read on an art blog at some point, but it really kind of, it really, that's wrong, and I need to fix it so my brain don't get confused. Yeah. It really resonated with me, because it's kind of freeing once you accept that you will never be the best, because then you can just focus on yourself. I mean, I think I talked about this a while ago before, but just the idea of doing art for yourself to see success and progress. Like, when I am looking at myself and being like, you know, how happy, how satisfied am I with this thing that I've done, and I try to phrase it in my mind in terms of how much better is it. I ran out. Weather bricks. Hold on. How much better is it than what I was doing before? Because as long server restart. You as long as you are improving over what you have done before, you are succeeding at art and in general. And this idea that there's this quest in art to be the best. They're gonna be the very best, like no one ever was. Teach them my real quest, train them is my cause. That was a beautiful rendition of a masterful work of piece of composition. But I lost my train of thought. I always lose my train of thought. But the point really is there's some radical acceptance that needs to go on of just the best artist applies to potentially one person, between 1 and 0 people, because you'll get to a point in art where you just, there becomes no answer to your question, and it's very similar in mathematics too. Is that you get to a point where there is no answer, and we don't have a way to determine the answer. You know, what is better than this? What is the best art? It's very subjective, and the idea that you will be the best artist is very tenuous. You know, it's tenuous at best. It's you know, obviously I'm not gonna paint it with rose-colored glasses and say that everyone is beautiful and does art amazingly, because I mean that's not true. You know, there are people are better than other people at art, and that's how it goes. But is that even symmetrical? Fuck it, I don't know. But there, you get to a certain point where of art where you're just like, you've learned all that there is to learn about the technicalities of art. You know, you learn perspective drawing. Like in drawing, you learn perspective, you learn color, and in Minecraft too, you learn how to do detail, you learn how to do depth, you learn how to use color, and eventually you've learned all that there is to learn about art. Like and beyond that point, what you have is yourself. You have the ideas that you feel like executing. You have the, you know, you get to a point where there's no guiding teacher. You're kind of on your own, and in that way, it's kind of like you've been set free on your own path. honestly. I know that sounds pretty cheesy and like pretty so up your own ass, but I mean, I just that's the thing that motivates me, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. 2, 3, 4, 5. What were we talking about? About, art not being perfect? There's a prime example. I'll tell you. Prime example. Yep, we did it. We did it. I think, maybe, potentially, possible. We did it. But, oh, I was talking about mastery and art, and if you approach art from the standpoint of I need to be the best, of I need to be, you know, that saying there's, you know, a standard or something you're supposed to accomplish, it stops being true after a certain point. And if you don't find something beyond that you strive for, art becomes very difficult. And what you need to do from that point is to just find another reason for doing it, because eventually at some point you're going to get demotivated, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to feel like you're not going anywhere, but you just got to return to it. And the thing that will make you return to it is that thing, that special thing that you find within art. They're trying to place that block, trying to place, and I don't know. I'm not a philosopher or any of that such, but that's my 2 cents. And on the flip side, ambition is really important. You know, the desire to be the best is not a bad thing. It breeds innovation, it breeds motivation. You know, it seems kind of odd me saying this right after saying that striving to be the best is pointless, but that's kind of the thing, though. that's the thing that's the problem that we haven't solved. That's the thing. Like, there's a dialectic there. There's 2 things that you have to balance. And one of those things is knowing that you will never be the best. And another of those things is acting as if you will be the best. So, as radical acceptance in the sense of you look at something you've done and you're like, there are better things than this, and no matter how good I would have made this, there will always be better things than this. To me, that's motivating. I know it sounds strange, but and on the other hand, you also have to balance the desire to be the best, because those are equal parts of you, and neither of them are wrong, and you have to balance them in order to have a successful relationship with art. You have the desire to be better, and you have the desire to feel good about how you are right now, and those are some difficult things to balance. I can't say that I've perfectly balanced them either. I mean, I acknowledge them. I acknowledge the dialectic. I can't say that I've solved the problem, but that's kind of the real conflict and the real struggle with art. And I don't know how it will sound to other people for me to say that I'm, motivate yourself by saying that you will never be the best. Yeah, it's one of those things where you just gotta check in with yourself every once in a while and be like, am I, what am I doing, here, like, what, why, I don't know, man. I'm not a philosopher, and once again I lost my train of thought. Take a shot for every time I lose my train of thought. It's nice wood. This seems like it would go nice right here. But it's just different things with art motivate different people, and there's a lot of videos, and a lot of people write books, and they do talks, and they make TV shows, and they make YouTube videos, such as what I'm doing right now, where they talk about what they think you need to do to be a good artist, what they think you need to do to succeed, and to get out there in the world. But the truth is that there are a lot of different conflicting things, and none of them are strictly wrong, because they do work for some people and they don't work for other people. And you'll play this game with yourself where you try to figure out which thought line, which line of processing is something that your brain can't come up with a counter argument for. How does your brain process information? How can you use that to your this is wrong. This is Matt. This is super wrong. How can you use that to your advantage? You know, how do you trick your brain into being the most successful thing? It's really gonna vary. So, I don't know, looking at different perspectives, trying out different things to figure out what works for you. It's a very, I mean, becoming an artist is a very individualized process. It's very intimate. It's very personal, and you know. It is an art, no pun intended. It's literally an art. That statement is trivial, but I don't know, you know what I mean. There's no, you can't learn step by step how to be an artist, because it's very, you have to do a lot of introspecting, and you just have to do things a lot of times. And I don't know, maybe you shouldn't listen to me. But that's my thoughts. I did more on this here. I put in more of this water here. I wanted to have this level be like super watery and stuff, like it's the basement's made of a wetland or something like that, or some plentiful natural resource. Of course, we got lag spike. We got a lag spike, best lag spike 2017. Wow, very lag, much spike. Wow, we got this pit down to the void too, which is cool, and it kind of adds to the effect. So I have these sort of wading pools with this design down in here. It's not the best design I've ever made, but it works. And I brought up some birch around here, because I felt like I like the elevation, the slope, this gradual slope up into this really natural wall. As you see here, I've started to put in some lights. That was a voice crack. Started to put in some lights because I got tired of the darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So if we take night vision off, you can see it. It doesn't actually light up the ground at all because it's too high, obviously. But it is, and it doesn't even light up that much of the ceiling, and that is not the right black. That's supposed to be slabs. Where's the slabs at? There we go. Slab, 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 and slab. Alright, so now we got these hanging fixtures here. I'm not sure if I wanted to add... You know what? I do. I do want to add a second layer. Nope. Nope. Wrong. Wrong. Let's turn on night vision for y'all because I know it's dark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe for the second layer. Actually, let's go down to 7 because that's too high. And then we can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then up. Yes, and then lantern? Or not lantern, glowcrete. What a lovely mod this, nope, wrong. What a lovely mod this glowcrete mod is. Fantastic. And I do, I mean, it started out as the, just porting, the concrete textures from 1.12 into 1.10, but now it started to add its own features with this glowcrete that glows. It's like a mix of the glowstone and the concrete powder texture, which is great because it gives us a color in all of the that I can talk. It gives us a light source in all of the different colors, which I feel was really necessary. I ran out of blah 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 blah. This stuff, the stuff that I'm currently crafting right now. Fences. Yep, I'm good at words. Definitely best wordsmith. I put all my character points into speech, and it paid off for realsies. Alright, up like this. In here. By the way, concrete powder, best addition to Minecraft ever. Honestly, for the sake of terraforming, like it opened up a whole new realm for terraforming, which is fantastic. How does that look? It looks like it needs something more. Let's try this. Bump, 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 bump. Maybe? Let's try it on the other side. Where was I? Here. I'm trying to make the bottom feel more intense. Ooh. No. I want the bottom to have more going on and more intensity, and then it gets sort of thinner to the top. That's a bit of forced perspective for you, where you make things that are higher thinner so that they look taller and increase. That's wrong again. Incorrect placement as always. And place. And one last more little square to do. I'm afraid it's going to be a lot too much going on. I actually really like that. It still doesn't light up the floor, but that's okay. We can add more lights and such. But yeah, I really like that. Well, I added more light effects down here. I copied over this this that we did in the last clip over to the other side there, so now it's all balanced, which is nice. And I added glowstone beneath all of these stairs and slabs. I think I've done this before. I've done this before, and not in this series though. In the Builder's Dream series, way back, I did this, and it turned out well there. So I figured, put it in practice here. It kind of looks like a butt a little bit, but that's okay. We can live with that. Nothing wrong with butts. Butts are actually pretty great. I also did this ceiling thing up here, and I'm not entirely happy with all parts of it, but I do like the effect that it gives of a very bright ceiling. Like, I like the effect. There's a lot light-wise going on, but it's not light in here. So you can see the floor, and you have the ceiling lit up. I'm still going to add some more stuff over here. This is still very dark. It's probably totally black for you guys. But hopefully the floor comes out well on YouTube. This up here, I added some glowcrete with some glass over it, some wood. I added this the pole across here. It was originally open, but I couldn't find a way to merge it naturally with the chandeliers. So I just kind of, because what I did was I did this, and then I came over here and I split this off. You know, gave it a nice base here with dark oak wood and jungle wood, and then I surrounded it with this glowstone, or not glowstone, this sandstone stuff, and I pulled some sandstone poles across here, and I filled this with light, and it still didn't look right, so I turned the whole back of this to acacia wood, and it still didn't look right, so I put a bar in front of it, and I think it looks better now. I think it looks good. These areas still over here, still yet to be detailed, and this wall, I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with this area yet, but we have reached the end of the episode. I am out of time, so check the description for some shameless self-promotion, and I'm gonna have to say good day to you, Internet. Thank you for watching.